Hey everyone, Nick here with Vibes. Today we wanted to show you a project we're working on here in Guthrie Center, Iowa at ACGC High School. Let's go into the gym and we'll show you what we're working on. This is their main gym. What they had before was they had 8 speakers suspended right in the middle of the court. And they were taking all of the sound for the whole gym and they were pushing it out from center court. In addition to that, the system was about 25 years old. Those speakers were hanging down about 2.5 to 3 feet from the bottom of the rafters, which also caused a problem because they were getting hit with volleyballs, they were getting hit with basketballs, and when they originally came to us, we were talking through preliminary questions, asking them, what was the sound system primarily used for. A majority of it is going to be primarily sports, but then they wanted to sprinkle in some other events. So we knew from that moment on that we needed something that wasn't just for announcements. We needed something that could play some modern music with a little bit of bass. We went to 3 of our different vendors, and based on the budget, the price point of where they wanted to be at, we worked with those vendors, came up with some drawings, and then ultimately we landed on Electro-Voice. That's the configuration we're going with, so I'll show you what that kind of looks like. The bleachers are spanning, like I said, the whole length of the gym, and they come out to about this black line right here. This is the edge of the court. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hang 4 of those 15-inch speakers in a straight line, shooting back towards the fans. That way, everyone no matter if you're in the top left corner, the top right corner of the bleachers, on the court, whatever, you have good sound and it hits you in the exact same level that it hits everyone else in. That's really important to not have hot spots in a gym like this. So as we go to the middle of the gym, we're gonna have what's called court fill speakers. So those ones are just gonna be, like I said, we're gonna have 2 12-inch speakers. They're gonna go roughly between the 3-point line and the free throw line, straight above our head here. We're gonna have one here. We're gonna have one in the exact same spot on the other end. And then our big subwoofer, it's a big 18-inch subwoofer. That one's going basically directly above center court here. And then we're gonna do the same exact thing for the fans on this side over here. So 4 more 15-inch speakers down there. Another thing we have to sort of bring them to the year 2026 is our mixer and amplifier are all built in one, and they're actually going to utilize an iPad to control this whole system. So we're going to build them sort of their own interface. That way, a lot of the smaller schools like this, they have volunteers that run the scoreboard, which means they're also going to be running the music and the announcements. We wanted to make sure it was easy to use, and so anyone could just pick up that iPad and know exactly what each button is going to do. So they can just bring them, give them the iPad, and they know exactly what they're doing when they see that iPad. What it also does is there's a reset button on that iPad because the mixer is built into the amp. When you're controlling the iPad, you can sort of change different things, including volume, mic volume, music volume, all of that. So we wanted to give them a reset button that takes them back to square one. So at the end of an event or when the next event starts, they can hit that basically square one button and get them back to just a good solid level to start with. They weren't utilizing wireless mics here. They were using corded mics, which means the cord ran from the closet back there, up into the ceiling, over, down the wall. And then when they pulled the bleachers out, they actually plugged that physical mic in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give them a wireless, actually 2 wireless mics. They have a big meet that goes on every year for wrestling called the Charger. And so they're utilizing space back behind the gym. They're utilizing the whole gym. It gives both announcers the ability to just hop on that wireless mic, make an announcement. For the music, we're using long-range Bluetooth dongle that's password protected. I know a lot of people hear Bluetooth and they're like, well, can't just anyone come in and connect to it? It's encrypted, so it's actually going to utilize a password to get into it. And that's sort of the game plan for in here. What we're doing now is we're commissioning the system, setting mic levels. We gave them a custom dashboard on an iPad. So they'll be able to turn the system on, and it's going to go to a set preset to where we think is adequate level. From there, they can turn the volume down or they can turn it up, but we're basically setting the limits so that they can't turn it up so high that it starts clipping. We're just dialing everything in right now. So a little bit of a tedious task, but once we get it set and we can save all these presets, we hand the system over to them. We know that they aren't gonna damage the amplifier, the speakers, or anything like that by turning it up too loud. Thanks for following along with this project. If you guys have liked what you've seen, want some more information on how you can bring this sort of technology to your local school, give us a call at Vibes 515-966-4966. Fill out a form on our website, www.experiencethevibes.com. Thanks.